I grew up in a family where everyone sang gospel music, and so my very first entrance into music had to do with gospel singing. And so well before I converted into the classical realm, that's really where I started. When you go to church and you become a classical singer, they're like, I don't know if that really works for church anymore. And then you go into the classical arena and you do a little bit of your gospel element and they're like, I'm not sure if it works here either. But I found eventually, it took a long time after a bit of a journey to find a lane that allows me to do both and feel comfortable in both spaces.
The professor here for the Treble choir invited me to come. What he wanted to do was to give the performance for the Treble choir a different twinge. So he invited me to come to add the gospel flavor to it. Yeah, and the gospel kind of kicks it up a notch. There are many classical singers, directors that don't want to mix them together, but they can definitely be intertwined. And Dr. Battle has done a wonderful job in intertwining the two.
Historically, it has always been considered that gospel music was a voice type or voice style that was going to harm the voice. And so most people wanted you to not necessarily do gospel music because they were afraid it was going to somehow impact your classical voice abilities. We had to come up with a method and a way to be able to do them both, because I'm not always certain it was about vocal damage. It was just about not really understanding how the voice worked.
They are trained to know how to use a gospel voice, so that it won't be abused. The gospel music kind of allows you to let your hair down, move a little bit, rock and clap, and what that does for those students who did not grow up in that genre, it gives them an opportunity to say, hey, okay, this is okay. And that's why it's important to give them that exposure.
All music is informed by another form. And especially now when we've moved away from the radio generation to the streaming generation, so much music is being introduced to our students on a day-to-day basis, and it would be helpful for us to kind of ride that wave with them rather than fighting against it. I'm just thrilled to be able to bring this art form to Coburn Hall. Not to say that it hasn't been there before, because it has been, but I think I want it to be, not feel like it's an extra, but feel like it's intricately a part of the Eastman experience. And I'm so thankful that Professor Philip Sylvie and the Treble Chorus were willing to take this kind of leap of faith to do something different and new and bring it to our audience in a special way.